Assalamu alaikum, students. I'm Sidra Sleen from Vihadi campus, and I'm to assign to teach you electromagnetic theory 1 for the students of the 6th semester of BS Physics. Students, electromagnetic theory is all about the charges and the magnetism. Charges enhance the current and all about the magnetism. So we will start it from an electric dipole. As charge is a very basic entity, therefore we will start it from electric dipole. Electric dipole. As electric dipole is the combination of the two charges, positive and negative charge. This is positive charge and this is negative charge. And these two charges are displaced with a displacement d. As this displacement is very small between these two charges, but in order to show you about this picture, we are to represent it largely. Okay. Students, here this positive and negative charge has this displacement d, and that is constant. Right? If we talk about a dipole, dipole means two charges making two poles of any equipment, right? So an electric dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges, positive q and minus q, separated by a distance d. Next, if we place this an electric dipole, or we talk about this dipole has its own electric field. But if we place this dipole in an external electric field, then what will happen? First of all, our force will act on the two charges, this one charge and this one charge. The force that will act on this charge is F positive, represented by this one, and its direction is with that of the red arrow, that is this one, in the direction of the external electric field. And this minus q force acting on the minus q charge is F minus, and that is acting in the opposite direction to that of the external electric field, right? So students, you know very well, external electric fields points um, from positive to negative, right? Positive charges to negative charges. Therefore, Coulomb force for the positive charge will act on in this direction, and Coulomb force for the negative charge will act on this direction. As their displacement is d, that is constant between the two charges. And okay, students, when force will applied on this charge in the right side and on this left side, you will see that a small orientation is produced in it. When small it is oriented at a small angle, then here becomes an angle theta, which is represented over here, but we can also represent over here, okay, with the central axis. We can consider this central axis as this one. It will make an angle theta over here, right? We will talk about if this force act on the charge in this direction, and this force act on the charge in opposite direction, then we can say that the net forces acting on the dipole is zero, right? As these are Coulomb forces, Coulomb force for positive, if we will add them, to that is Coulomb force for positive right side and Coulomb force for left side, where they will cancel each other, but their magnitude will exist, that is QE, and both have the magnitude, both forces have the magnitude, that is QE. Okay, the center of mass does not accelerate. It means what? Dipole remains at its the same position, but just rotate for a small display, for a small angle theta, right? It means your dipole will not move, just rotate at the same point for a small angle theta. Okay, if I explain it further, then we can say that by using their magnitude QE, and we will say that there is no force acting on no net force acting on the dipole, right, students? Okay. Uh, If the charges start to move, then rotate, there is a torque because the forces aren't collinear and aren't acting exactly at the center of the mass. It means कि forces are not collinear. Collinear का मतलब है कि एक point पे act नहीं कर रही. One force is acting on the charge positive Q and other force is acting on the charge negative Q. They are not acting at the center. Right? If they will acting at the center, then we will consider the torque is dipole is moving. But if they are not acting on the central point and rather at positive F and then negative F, then these will be the torque will be produced. So there is a torque because the forces are not collinear and are not acting exactly. Magnitude of forces 2QE. 2 means what? That is for the two charges, and that is d sine of theta. That 2 students is under this d, right? That is d by 2 sine of theta. How? If we draw a line over here, then this displacement will be divided into two parts. D by 2 for the positive charge and d by 2 for the negative charge. So we will write over here, this is d by 2 sine of theta, and this 2 that is under this d, then that will be cancelled with this 2, and we can say that this is QE sine d sine of theta, right students? Here QE is the force that we have said over here, that is magnitude of the force, and d sine of theta is the moment of arm, and that is shown over here, and the direction of ta is in this case into the page. Right? As I have told you earlier that we will discuss about the direction because it is a vector quantity. Okay students, here we have QE is the force and we derived in the last slide d sine of theta. Okay, from here we can arrange these parameters according to our requirement. If we combine this Q and this D, this Q and this D, it will give me the dipole moment P. Clear? Okay students, one thing we can write here QD. If sometimes students write here DQ. So don't try to write here DQ. It is because that is the differential charge, and here gets difficulty in having understanding, right? And the direction of P is from minus Q to positive Q. Then the torque can be written as this is P, these red quantities, and this is E, and E sine of theta will gives you that is cross E. As we are to show the direction, then we can put over here n cap. N cap is your unit vector, and if its magnitude, we are talking about the magnitude over here, and if we talk over here about the magnitude and put the value of n cap is 1, then it is tau is equal to P cross E for the direction. Okay students, here we have an elaborated figure for the dipole that is showing all the aspects of torque and the electric field that we have also discussed earlier. Here I want to tell you another way to derive the torque from the dipole moment and the electric field E, right? So torque is Fx sine of theta. Fx is what? F is your force and x is that displacement sine of theta, and if this is equal to x, this is equal to x, or this is equal to x, right? If this total displacement is d and we consider that displacement from the center of the dipole to minus q is x, just consider that, then this displacement can be derived as this d minus this one x. So we can write over here f minus x sine of theta, and if we open it, that is f d sine of theta, ft sine of theta minus fx sine of theta. Minus fx sine of theta will be cancelled with this quantity, and we will left only with this fd sine of theta. So students, we are again at our that point where we say that the torque is the combination or the cross product of the force and the momentum, right? So we have derived earlier, force is QE. If this is QE, put here QE and this d sine of theta, right? Same process that we have discussed earlier, that QD will give you the point moment or this is the dipole moment, and we can write here PE sine of theta. This thing, students, this shows the magnitude of the torque, right? Sometimes some people didn't write this one. Okay, it's also okay, but the best way and the accurate way to represent this torque, magnitude of the torque, is this tau mod, and this is PE sine of theta. Again, we put here n vector, and n vector unit vector will give you the unit quantity. We can replace it and we come with tau is equal to P cross E. Students, here are a lot of questions about that that will be discussed in the class. Okay, thank you very much. Next